Shalom, here we are with Chapter 13, homework prep for Dr. Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek. This is the workbook, and of course we're looking at the 4th edition, which is Zondervan's newest version of this curriculum. And we're going to do some from parsing, from warm-up, and from translation. So let's get started here. So just to recap, our Chapter 13 is about the demonstrative pronouns and adjectives. So demonstratives are what we think of the near demonstratives, this, these, so this in the singular, these in the plural, or the far demonstratives would be that or those in the plural. Okay, so it's this versus that, these versus those. So our first problem here is Tautone in the parsing, Tautone. Well, hopefully that omega nu sticks out to you and you think right away, I know what that is. That is, in terms of case, that's genitive, and in case of number, it's plural. Well, if you thought that, you'd be correct. Tautone. Now we get to something that's tricky. Gender. What could the gender be? Well, we need to go back and we think of what's our lexical form. Let's skip gender for a second. And we're going to go over and look at our lexical form. We have, if you've looked at our homework here, hutos, that's a circumflex. Hutos is the masculine, and then the feminine is haute, and it looks exactly like aute, the third person pronoun, feminine singular, except it's got a rough breathing. So hutos would be this one in the nominative masculine singular. Haute is this one, is to say this in the feminine nominative singular. And then we have our neuter, which doesn't have a rough breathing, as a tau. And it's tauto. This in the nominative case of the neuter singular. So that's our lexical form. And the tau we see throughout the paradigm. And if you look in you can look and see the whole paradigm in chapter 13 in our textbook. But you're going to see that tautone, this form, is the same. And this is wonderful when we have this kind of shared form like we do with the definite article in the genitive plural. It's the same in all. So we're going to say masculine, feminine, neuter. You can put all three there. And the translation then would be of these, or belonging to these. And these, if it's an adjective, we could say these things, right? These things. But just of these is enough. Belonging to these, or of these. All right, there you go. Now let's go to warm up number alpha here. Ektu kosmu tautu. Ektu kosmu tautu. Well, if you see ek plus what case? These are all the same case. It's genitive singular. And ek plus a genitive means out of. So remember, if you have, let's pass back to our chart here. Ek is this. Ek plus genitive is out of, coming out of something. Okay? Out of. Oops, I'm going to erase that. So it's out of. Then we have to just look at to kosmu. Well, do you remember kosmos? Hakosmos, the world, the universe, something like this. So out of the world, but it's not just out of the world, it's ek tu kosmu tautu. We have a demonstrative pronoun here from chapter 13, and this is the near demonstrative. The near demonstrative meaning this. And notice that it is inflected to match the noun it's modifying, along with its definite article. So these are all in agreement. Ek tu kosmou tautou, out of this world. So out of this, tu kosmou tautou. I'm switching the word around for English because I have to. I can't say out of world this. That wouldn't make sense, even though that's what's happening in the Greek. Out of this world. Okay, let's do another warm-up here. We'll do number beta. Ende tes hemeras ekenais. En tes hemera, pardon me, en tes hemerais ekenais. So en, right, plus what case? En plus dative means in, and then de is our postpositive, like and or something like it can be a conjunction. Ende, and in, tes hemerais. For some reason, I'm having a hard time saying hemeres today. Hemeres. Do you remember what hemera is? It's day. So this is our, you might notice this definite article as being, you know what that is? Genitive plural, or pardon me, not genitive, dative plural, feminine, tes hemeres, in the days, but not just in the days, ekenes. So this is our, remember, ekenos is our, that's our nominative singular for the var demonstrative, that. So when I put it into the plural, and now this is feminine, of course, ekenes, dative plural, in the days, those ones. So it'll be something like, and in those days. Because ekenos is the word those, modifying days. So there you go. For some reason, I'm getting what I'm calling it genitive when it was dative. So just to clarify, just to go over one more time, in number alpha, tautou is genitive singular, matching kosmou, and in beta, ekenais is dative plural, modifying hemerais. Okay, just because I know I misspoke during that. Okay, now let's go finally to our translation, and we'll do number one here. Let's read it. It says, Tautone, oh wow, right off the bat we get a demonstrative. Tautone tain entolane. Entolane, that's a good word. Entole, in Greek, that translates the Hebrew, for those who've done some Hebrew, mitzvah. Do you know what a mitzvah is? Is a commandment. There we go. Tautone tain entolane elabon. Here with where we are in Greek now, we get our verbs glossed for us. I received. So we know the I received. That's the main sentence here. I received, and then the verb lambano, that's this verb elabon, takes an accusative object. So I received tautone tain entolane. So tautone, if you remember, that is our near demonstrative in the feminine accusative, right? Because tain entolane is a feminine noun in the accusative. So this commandment, I received this commandment. I received this commandment. Para is our preposition plus a genitive. Tu patrosmu. From. Para plus a genitive is from. Tu patrosmu. From my father. Tu patrosmu. The reason patros looks different in ending than u and mu is because it's third declension. And so the genitive of pater is patros, patros. But it's, even though they don't rhyme, they are all, this phrase here is all in the genitive singular. So it is not a mistake. That is proper. I received this commandment from my Father. What if we were to just, for the sake of exercise, change this commandment to this word? Let's just say I received this word. How would I say it? I would, well, what's my word for word? Let's just say logos, ha logos, right? Well, I need the accusative form. So I would say tone, right? Masculine, singular, accusative. Tone, logon. I received the word. Now I want to say I received this word. Well, I'm not going to use tautone. I'm going to use tautone. Tautone. So it'd be Elaban tauton ton logon. I received this word, tauton ton logon. Whereas this commandment is tautane, tain, and tolane. So practice these demonstratives. You got to get this kind of sense and agility for switching it between the different genders and the different cases. And of course, when we have an example like we did with the parsing, where it's a genitive plural, it's going to be the same all the way across. And those are nice forms. Many, of course, of the masculine and the neuters have the same form as well. All right, I'll keep practicing your Greek, and we'll see you later. Shalom.